when you think about resilience, you have to first think resilience is real in energy, water, in extreme weather and in cyber. And concepts such as from hard to soft resilience, building black starting capability, evaluating water and water price as a future element to assess economic risk, those are aspects of how you better deal with resilience.
There's one important thing that is the most challenging problem in the world, and that's the climate change. And one of the biggest emitter is transport, and that's why I think we really need to hurry to change the way we drive and the cars that we drive. We have a solution that doesn't really affect the customers or the consumers. They can just start driving electric cars, which are even better than the ones we are driving today. So I reckon we should start helping the introduction of these cars.
So emergency preparedness is going to be key, that economies have a strategy or plan to address supply disruptions.
I think the key thing to me when we went through these 2 days was the commonality that goes through here. And the one that appealed to me was our ring of fire as we talk about going through the Asia Pacific around there. And when you look at that, the earthquakes and the serious things that can cause major disasters to occur, many speakers talked about that. So why can't we exploit that commonality of terrible things that happen to learn from each other, to learn about the resilience that Christchurch has taught about, to learn about the cyclones going into Tonga, to learn about the flooding occurring in parts of Asia, because that affects us all.
If we're really going to make a dent in resilience with new technologies, new types of deployment, it has to be doing it together with international collaboration.
To achieve resilience, we need a more integrated risk management approach, which should take into account not only engineering measures, but also organizational and financial measures. We need to focus not only on post-disaster response and recovery, we also need to think about a pre-disaster plan. We need to be prepared to understand better the risks we are facing.
It's great to come from halfway around the world and see how much common problems there are and how much common interest, commonality there is between what we see in some European countries and what's happening here in Asia Pacific.
Well, I'd like to congratulate Business New Zealand on putting this summit together. They've done a really wonderful job at facilitating discussions on energy resilience today in a really world-class way.
It's been a great event. There's been a lot of business interest in climate change issues and resilience. We've all learnt from each other. There's been some great key messages about what's happening with businesses making a difference and cities making a difference. We've got a transport section coming up now. So the world is rapidly changing. New Zealand has to be part of that change and the transition to a low carbon economy. And this is what this conference has been all about.